The new guy is not here. No, the problem is, the guy, no, you know what? Don't get used to be assisted when you are doing something for your own future. Sometimes you can even walk. What's the problem?
Walk. You know where we live from.
What's the problem? I was walking for 20 kilometers. Right? If you know what you are looking for, you cannot complain. But if you don't know, you're gonna start complaining for everything, right? Because the person who's talking about a transport, but is still eating every day. All right? No, but as we are moving, right? When you are going to fail, nobody will be there, right? There is no rewriting, you know that. Rewriting, you are using now your own money. Bread show will pay for you once. When you fail, means you must pay your own 4.5. Because they gave you like a chance to write yourself, you failed. You must, yeah, you're gonna make money by knowing a few. When you make money means you know a lot. Yeah. So guys, please, let's move forward. I know that those guys, they are matured. They know what to do, right? I will continue doing what I have to do, right? Okay, guys, let's move forward. We are going to continue where we left yesterday. We were talking about static routes, right? We are going to continue, and I'm going to fix some of the difficulties that you've been struggling yesterday. But before even moving there to the lab, we are going to talk about this. Let me try to share my screen first. So we are going to be focalized on what we call routing protocols. All right? We spoke a lot about static, but there are some exercises that are different that we have to discuss, but later on. So static, you know that it's you as an admin or a network administrator who need to configure it, all right? So it's a fixed one, all right? Younger. So static, it's a fixed one, all right? And you know how you have to do that. You know the structure. It's IP routes. You don't change this one, right? So followed by what? Network, destination network ID. Right? Followed by the subnet mask. Followed by what? Next hop. Yeah. This is how the command looks like. All right. IP routes, destination network, ID means the network that you wanna reach, followed by the subnet mask, followed by next hop. All right, next hop, it's the IP address. So we did exercises yesterday, and we are going to move on later on, all right? Now, let's be focalized on dynamic route. Dynamic route. Dynamic route is not fixed, all right? Routers will have to make their own decisions. Will make decisions based on what? Based on the particular metric. So metric, it can be speed, right? It can be delay, all right? Based on a particular metric, like speed, right? This is the meaning of dynamic route. All right. Yesterday, I spent most of my time talking about this. All right. Now, when we are talking about this dynamic route, we do have like two types of those dynamic route, right? Two types. Younger, are you writing whatever I'm talking about?
Yes.
Dynamic route, we do have two types, all right? You must know which one you are going to configure when we're talking about dynamic route. We do have two types. We do have what we call like internal and what we call external, right? Internal and external, right? So when you wanna configure your routers, you wanna make your routers talk, you can go for dynamic route. And when you are under dynamic route, you can go for internal or external, right? So I'm gonna give you like a list of those internal ones. All right, they are like this RIP routing information protocol. There's this OSPF is what we call IS to IS. So when we are talking about the internal routing protocol, you must see like the one that we call RIP, like AGRP. So they are just like software or applications or algorithms that will allow you to make routers talk. Did you understand? So among the routing protocols, we do have RIP, right? So if you don't want to configure the static route, you can configure which protocol? RIP protocol. You understand? If you don't want to configure RIP protocol, you can use between OSPF or HRP, right? So your responsibility now is to know how to configure RIP, how to configure OSPF, how to configure HRP, right? So they are routing protocols that are falling under internal, right? It means that you can have your own network, right? But your own network will run maybe what? RIP. So when you wanna make your router stock, you can configure by using what? RIP. Our company, maybe we can use what? OSPF. That other company, maybe they can use AGRP, right? This is the meaning. They are different protocols or different routing protocols. So when you have routers, you can make them talk dynamically by using RIP maybe, or OSPF, or what AGRP and so on, right? Now, you as a specialist, you have to know how to configure RIP protocol, right? There are some ways that you have to follow when it comes to RIP. There's a way to configure what we call OSPF. There's a way to configure what we call AGRP, right? So for you to say that I am CCNA qualified means you know how to configure those routing protocols. You know how to configure RIP, you know how to configure OSPF, you know how to configure AGRP and so on. But from CCNA 1, you don't study them. You don't study how to configure them. You only study what does it mean. What is RIP? It's a dynamic routing protocol that will allow me to connect routers or to make routers talk or to connect networks, right? But you don't study like how to configure RIP now, because that will come on CCNA 2 and CCNA 3, where you are going now to define what is RIP, how RIP works, what are the limitations of RIP, what are the benefits of using RIP, and how to configure it. What is OSPF, how to configure OSPF, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, right? Those are the lessons that you're gonna study like in depth, but in CCNA 2 and CCNA 3. So those are the main part of the program, the routing protocols. As you know, when you are done with routing protocols, means you are almost done with wide area networks, right? And when you are writing your CV, from your summary, when you are talking about routing protocols that you know, you are mentioning those. There is no other ones. All the companies, they are using one of them. There is no other ones. There is only RIP, OSPF, AGRP, and ISIS. That one, it's like most of the companies don't use it anymore. But those three, RIP, OSPF, and AGRP, all the routers that you can see in the world, they are using those protocols, those routing protocols. But it depends on the company. Maybe your company, you're gonna go for RIP. Maybe that other company can go for OSPF. Maybe that other company can use AGRP. Maybe some other companies can use static route, or there's one that we call the default route. So it depends on the company that you are working for, which routing protocol you are using, right? But your program, at the end of your program, you have to master how to configure them, right? But they are the internal one. Internal means that they are going to run like under a single administration, right? But the external one, you are going to use it for providers, for the providers. Among that one, we do have what we call BGP, the routing protocols for providers. Because of this BGP, providers, they are connected. If you wanna work for telecom, you wanna be a senior engineer, like for telecom, for MTN, you have to master this BGP protocol. You can study it for the whole 5 months. You're only learning about BGP, how to configure it, what are the problems that come with BGP, and so on. If you are specializing in service providers. So BGP, it's for connecting the external. So it's an external routing protocols that will connect providers. So if you find the questions where they are talking about one of the routing protocol that can connect providers, it's what we call BGP. But from your CCNA, you are going to learn about BGP, but not like what? What do you want? But not like deeply, right? From CCNA, but you are going to learn about this BGP, the language of the providers, the language of devices that providers uses in order for them to communicate now, right? You know, the providers, they are getting the IPs from another organizations. And those IPs, they have also to assign them to you or to users. Any questions about the routing protocols? I said we do have the internal one and the external one, right? The internal one, it's like RIP, OSPF. They are just computer programs or algorithms that knows how to connect routers, that knows how to connect networks, right? Now, you are studying or you are doing this program in order for you to understand all those routing protocols. You must know how to configure RIP. You have to explain about RIP protocols, the advantages, disadvantages, and so on. You have to know about the OSPF. You have to know about these HRP and so on, right? When you master them, they're so easy, but slowly by slowly. Like this RIP, like all of them, for you to configure them, you need only 3 lines. Just 3 lines. First line, second one, third, you are done. But you have to know why you are doing so. Right? As I said, you guys who got the mentality of writing your CVs, you said certificate in IT qualification, matric plus certificate. What does it mean by that? You have to speak about yourself, starting from the beginning, from Microsoft Office. What do you know about Microsoft Office? Windows, Word, Excel, Access, and so on. What do you know about a computer technician? So you know how to install software, how to deal with Windows 10, Windows this. What you know about networking? So you know how to configure switches, routers, you know about VLAN, how to secure switches, how to secure routers, how to configure routing protocols, such as RIP. This is how a CV must be, right? Can we move now forward? Okay, what does it mean now? It means like this one. I don't want this one. I cannot save it. I don't know why. Why I cannot save it? You must tell me, guys. When I'm trying to save this, it doesn't agree on my PC. Yes? So it means this. Let's say you got like 4 routers, right? So those 4 routers, they are like in your company or maybe different buildings and so on, right? Now, you are going now to use one of the routing protocols. You can say, okay, for this company, we're gonna use what? RIP, right? So you have to configure RIP like on all those devices. You go to router 0, you're gonna configure RIP. You go to router 1, RIP. You go to router 2, RIP. You go to router 3, RIP, right? But another guy can configure maybe for connecting those 2 routers. Hey, what am I missing now? So another guy can go for what? For OSPF. Still, you are right, 2 of you, right? So this network using like OSPF, this one is using RIP, but it's not a problem, right? But later on, you are going to see which one is better, like in which case, Like in which scenario you must go for OSPF, which scenario you can go for AGRP, and which scenario you can go for RIP. Right? Now we are going to go back on what we've been doing yesterday, right? I know that you struggled about that lab. I'm going to make it short, but the same as that one, and we are going to do it together with me. Who completed yesterday? Who finalized what we were doing yesterday? With the configurations? Nobody? Okay, before even moving to configurations, I'm going to explain again a few things with you today. Okay, guys, you can go to packet tracer. Jonathan. Guys, go to packet tracer, please, for me. Let's drag and drop 4 computers here. But let's pick up the 2901. Did you understand it? I'm asking. Did you understand, yes or no? If you don't understand, what must I do? I have to repeat. They are asking me, they said, we are starting like over. What I'm saying, did you understand it? Yeah, so if you don't understand, no matter how huge, I have to repeat again. I cannot go to the next step. Okay, guys, you can pick up the 2901, right? Because, guys, this is the work. I cannot jump on something that you don't understand. No. Okay, let's put 4. Yeah, the 2901. It's fine when this one. Okay, so I'm waiting for you. You can do the same as 4 routers. Right? Are you there? Beside those 4 routers, you can add 4 switches. The 2960. So
yesterday's one.
Yeah. Guys, please move together with me. Don't tell me again that I'm wrong. Mine doesn't work. So it doesn't work because you are not doing the same things as me. Make sure that 8 computers. For every switch, we're gonna plug 2 computers. Yeah. 2901. Your router must be 2901. All right? Move together with me, guys. Please make the job easy and don't move fast by yourself. I know some of you already know what to do, but be patient, right? When you are there, just stop, right? Let's go to every router. Let's check the port that are there, right? So I'm gonna go to router 0. I'm gonna try to add some other port, like HWIC2T. We can add first, we can switch it off. What does it mean when you are switching it off? When you have a physical router, right? You want to add some new ports. You have to bring it first off, right? Yes? No, what time is it? 9:30? Even if you're alone, we can, oh, where?
People are not rushing.
Okay. You are not here?
Yeah. No.
What's that inside the router?
Our busy control. Our pieces are slow. You running?
The pieces are slow.
Yes.
I'm waiting for you. You are right.
Wait.
Ish. I was thinking maybe you are talking about these guys who are not here. No, even if you are yourself, we're gonna still carry on. The success of one person is much way better than yeah, because if you feel like you don't understand, no matter how big the lab is, make sure that you finish it. Don't jump, right? You see what we are doing here, like in real world. This one, it's a big job. It's not like smaller thing. It's 3 to 4 days job, huh? And maybe I can pick up. No, sis, are you there?
Everyone there.
Those who are sitting behind can start checking for me and let me know if I can move. Right, Jonathan? You can see from behind. When everybody's there, let me know so that we can move. They are there? Let's connect PCs to switches. Let's do the same things. Don't mind about which port you're gonna use from the switch because we won't gonna touch the switch, right? I'm waiting for you. I never slept well yesterday, huh? Ish. You know, sometimes that's why I always tell you to be silent. Yes? No, just problems. You know, when that why it's just better to be. Maybe you can talk to people after 2 weeks. It's fine when you just yourself. Yeah, you know, when you try to be like kind to people, to talk a lot with them, to share, it always brings problems. You know, it's always okay. Everybody's there, right? Yeah. Now, please, guys, let's separate them first using colors, right? We're gonna take the square one. You can pick your own color. I won't want to force you to pick up mine. I know you got your preferred colors. Yes. Okay. You can even carry on with some colors, eh? Okay. Let me just stop first for now. It's okay. If everybody's there, you let me know. Right? This program, you are not doing it just to get your paper. No, it's different. You're gonna get your paper, you go to the company, you're gonna be stuck. Right? The most important is the knowledge. My previous students, like all of them, they are working, maybe two only they got the international certification, maybe two. The remaining, they are using just the local one, maybe two only. Because if you know, you know. You know, you know. Those like, who got that mentality of running away when it's 2 p.m., please don't do that. If you are not done with your work, just sit. Even by 4, don't rush. Just finish up your work and go home, right? You must have that anger of being being successful.
Yes.
Yeah. So today I will monitor you. Those who are owing my labs 4 o'clock today. Are you there? Some of the guys, they are owing me 2 to 3 labs. The previous one, IPv6, they never finished. They still have issues. Are you there, guys?
Yeah.
We are doing this separation, in order for us to understand what we are doing, right? Okay, let's give them the IPs, right? We are going to use the class C, right? Means /24. So I'm going to start by 1. This is the network IP, right? No, you just put some notation there on top.
On top of what?
Of the first network, right? Just some notation. The first one I said it's 192.168.1.0/24. Just put some notation on top that will remind you. You go to the second one. I said at the first one, younger 192.168.1.0. No, .0. Okay, the second one, 192.168.2.0. The first one, 192.168.1.0. That's gonna be the IP address of the first network. The second one, the yellow one, it's 192.168.2.0, right? Let's go to the orange one, 192.168.3.0. That's gonna be our IP. You go to this other one, 192.168.4.0/24. So first network, 192.168.1.0. Second one, 192.168.2.0. Third one, .3.0. Fourth one, .4.0. Right? You can even say the first one is marketing department, DPT. The second one is IT, DPT, and this one is HR. This one is finance. All right? You know, when you design it like this, even when you are presenting, it's so easy. Yes, Mpo, can ask. I said, no, you can give it marketing department, IT department, HR, finance, it depends. Right? Just something to show you like you got different departments. Most of the time, for one department, you have one flow, right? And that flow will be using what? Department guys or finance guys, right? I'm waiting for you guys. Marketing, IT, HR, and finance, right? You know this, so it's like those guys who are building houses. How you call them? Those civil engineers. Some of them, they only do the planning, the architecture of the building, right? And others will come and start following the architecture and doing they're gonna start following the design and start building the actual building, right? It's the same as you. You can just design the architecture of the network and other guys can just come and follow what you did. Okay, guys, now we are going to assign IP addresses to computers. Make sure you are following the range. Are you there? Make sure you're following what? The range. For every color, there's a specific range. Give your computers IPs according to that range. The range is .1.0. This is the network, what IP. But I don't want you to start with 1. You can start with .2.3. So you can go to PC0, like mine. I don't know which number it's on your side. Desktop 192.168.1.2. Don't use .1. You go to desktop 192.168.1.3. I'm done with my first network. Second one, always follow your range, right? Your network IDs, always. What else was? I'm done with assigning my PCs IP addresses. I'm waiting for you now. Hey, you know how big was my first network I created? My first contract was in Internet Cafe. It was like 15 computers, but it took me the whole day, like 2 days. 15 computers, 2 days. Because I was just a beginner, right? But that job was like 30 minutes job. Are you there, guys? So basically, what does it mean? You go to a single building. Suppose like this is the marketing department, right? You're gonna run all your cables to your switches, right? When you are done, you assign them the IPs, you try to ping, right? If they can talk, you are fine. You go to another department, you're gonna bring the computers, you bring your switches, you do the cabling, you assign your IP, you test your connectivity, right? So you go to every floor or every building, right? Now you are done with that level. You are sure like every department can talk. You can try to ping for you to be sure, right? But don't try to ping. You take one computer from this switch, you try. There is not even like a cable. How can you ping? There's no magic that can happen there. Jonathan, done? Are you done? Now, guys, what we're gonna do now, right? We have to make sure that computers that are connected to the switch, right? The switch can be connected to what? To the router. So we have to connect now what? All the switches to routers. But wait, we have to use the same port or the same interface, right? Let me check the interface that I have because I'm gonna start with this one. From the switch, you can pick, but it's better for your network, like to be fast, you can take the fastest port, like the gigabit. Okay, guys, let's choose, like all of us, gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Switch to router. From all those routers, use gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Like all of us. Let's do the same thing. But from the switch, yeah. From the router, what? Gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Which interface we are using? Gigabit 0/0. Switch, yeah. See, it's there. When I'm clicking there, so I'm picking up this one. From your switch, take anything. From the router, from the switch, pick up anything. When you go to your router, use gigabit 0/0 because you don't write. That's why I'm repeating same sentence 10 times. If I'm saying something that is important, write it down. Finish. No, I said my first sentence was this. I said, you are going to use for all your routers, use gigabit 0/0. There's no need even to see. You must have the habit of writing. Even from packet tracer, you must do it like this. Let's take the notation, right? You go here, something that will remind you. You said gig 0/0. I don't want you again to say that I don't know what is there inside or what. It's 0. Yeah. Don't just start going fast, and now when it won't gonna work, you start crying. Because you have so many things now you don't know how to check. Because you are not keeping the documentation. You must always keep your documentation. So you see how it's clear? So when you're gonna start your configurations, you know which interface you are dealing with. All right? Did you do what I did? Next to the router, you put, right? Paulina, it's Paulina or it's Mpo. So I'm combining Mpo and Paulina. It means Paulina. Don't be lazy, guys. You must have the courage of working. You know what time I've been doing my lab, like today? And I was stressed. I wake up around 2 a.m. I just wake up, switch on my computer because I was stressed and doing my labs. You know why? You must have something that will push you to wake up in the morning. When I was 19, right? My girlfriend told me that I'm not moving in life. So I'm static since I was a teacher. Hey, you, like every year, you still like a teacher. So you don't have money, you have nothing. So I'm gonna leave you. And she left me because I liked that person too much, but I lost her. I said, don't be lazy in life. Whatever that they are giving to you, no matter how free or paid it is, be serious. You will never know. Since that day when it's midnight, I'm not lying. Myself, when it's midnight, you're gonna see my eyes gonna do like this. Even if I'm drunk, you're gonna see midnight. You're gonna wake up. Because I don't want another woman telling me the same thing, that I have nothing. I don't like that word anymore in my life. All right, I don't like to be threatened like that. So I have to give up my best. All right. So you too, you have to have something that will remind you why you have to be successful. Okay. Now we have to assign what? The IP address, right? But before even assigning the IP address, you can see that from your router, still red, right? Because that one still red, let's try to make it green. Let's try to activate it, right? Did you understand? Let's do that together, right? You can start from any router, but the command will still be the same. I don't want you to console. You are like here today, so you are using shortcuts. I don't do it because it's me. You go to CLI. Hey, what's happened? My device was off. This one means the device is rebooting, right? Okay, you say no. You know when you say yes, what's gonna happen? No, the device will start helping you. What is your router name? What is your IP, right? So the device will start like asking you what you can do next. Okay. Conf-T, right? Don't tell me again I'm going fast because you know what to do better than me from here. You guys, you are smarter than me, but you want just to be lazy. I don't know why. Okay. Enable, configure terminal, or shortcuts, it's conf space T. You know already that from the router, we are using which interface? Gigabit 0/. Just say int. When you type int, you must press tab. right? Just to go fast, you say int, you press tab, right? When you say gig, you press tab. So it's gonna complete it for you. And you know that from the router we are using 0/0. Remember, the 0 on top shows the slot number, right? The 0 at the bottom shows what? The actual interface number. The face, it always shows 0. And you press what? Enter, no shutter, down, right? Everybody's here?
No.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
It's int.
No. When you type int, I said, don't waste your time by typing the whole comment, like interface, space, gigabit. No, when you say int, just press tab, right? It will complete for you the remaining part. This is what I did. Did you type int? Did you press tab? What did you see? No, I'm talking to Younger. No, we're interacting. I want her. Okay, space type G or what? G, yeah? Tab again. What did you see? Yeah. Space 0/0. Enter, no shutdown. You can see the message that tells you that your interface, it's now what? It's up. The status is up. Because you are done, you can go to all your routers. You do the same. You know already now what to do. Right? No shuts down. Okay. You can do the same. Everywhere. Sharp. Hey, I saw one of my friend. One of my friends, he finished the Cisco programs. I was very proud of him. He was the first guy in the country. It was last month. I was very, very proud of him. I regret why I stopped. I stopped for 2 years. I was not doing this thing. That's the mistake I did. I should carry on. Are you there, no Cesar? Why are you looking at me with that face? What's up, your face talks a lot, all right? But, okay, guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You must do it fast the way you are chatting fast. You know when you want to answer to your man, the way you are typing. It's not the same, man. You are fast. You're gonna see 20 minutes you talk about so many things. How are you? How are we gonna meet? I don't forget my stuff. And you're gonna gonna change the person. You finish with that one. So you are chatting even with 200% in 5 minutes. Okay, guys. Now, because all your interfaces are on, right? What you must do, remember that all your computers, because we are using routers, right? Your computers will require what? Routers IP, what we call a default gateway, right? That's why I told you to keep that .1, you remember? Just to make it like easy, but you can pick up even .10. So it doesn't mean like your default gateway must always be .1. Just to make it what? Like, yeah, like easy or simple, right? So we have to go to every computer, right? You assign your computers the default gateway for that particular range, right? Every computer must have the default gateway. If the computer doesn't have a default gateway, it's going to be hard to that computer to talk to other networks, right? Now we go to every computer, you know your range. Suppose like your range is 192.168.1.0, not your range, like your network IP. So we're gonna take .0, we put .1, right? You go to every computer, IP, you can just pick up this one, the copy paste, but make sure that you replace by 1, right? No, you give it a default gateway to every PC. Desktop, you go to IP, there's IPv4, subnet mask, and there is default gateway. You saw it, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca, you saw it? Where I am. No, when you're done, no, copy and paste is just for you to be fast. Yep. Okay, I'm
The
coming.
last digit is.
.1?
You change the last digit.
Yeah, yeah,
We replace it by 1.
yeah. But you can give it like anything. But,
This is my IP.
because you already use 2, you cannot use 2. Because you already use 2 here.
So the next second I'm gonna use 2.
Like, you see, for all the computers, you cannot change the default gateway because the router is on. All the computers must know the router's IP. Yeah. The default gateway must be the same.
Okay.
Like here, you see all those computers, they got the same default gateway, the same, right? Yes. Think I'm listening? I'm recording, that way I cannot go far. When I'm coming there, my voice won't gonna reach this guy. Okay. You said, didn't you?
All the other networks do the same.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah. But make sure that you are following the network ID. Maybe it's .2. You two must put .2, .1. Yeah. There it's gonna be. Hey, Paulina, what's going on? You start already, eh? You start saying, hey, what's going on? 4 o'clock today. For you. She's asking for who? This is not a church, eh? Yes, discipline. Paul, you're not assigning those default gateway. I can say you do it, please, for me. Jonathan, please, check for me what Mpo she's doing. Hey, not Mpo. Paulina. Ask. No, ask. I'm listening.
I'll come and show you. I'll come and show you.
Because
It's correct. It's correct.
this one,
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah, network. Those two ones.
Sorry, but yes. So I'm sure you know, like, so one of the just take it.
Where here?
Either way, you do one like that.
One more.
Then for the PC,
Yeah, yeah.
Make it two.
Then one.
Make it two.
Because those three. Big one. Okay, guys. Jabulile, are you there? Go. Okay, guys. Now, okay, let me wait for this one. Now, you see what does it mean, right? Suppose like this flow, so it's marketing, right? You're gonna run your cables. You connect your computers, you give them like what? Like IPs, and you connect your switch again to what? To the router, right? But you must make sure that computers can talk to the router, right? Sometimes maybe the cable is not fine, maybe the network interface doesn't work, right? You have to ping the router. Sometimes just pick up something there and try to ping, like any computer. Let's try to ping the default gateway. Let's try to ping the default gateway. .1.1. You see, like mine, it says already request, you're timed out. But if I never test it, so I should carry on with IP route and so on. But locally, there's a problem already. Let me find out why there is no connectivity, right? Yeah. So you see the right answer? My friend, yeah, can you repeat? Why there's no connectivity, my friend? You are right. This is what I was myself, I was not even paying attention. The guy said there is no connectivity because what? We never yet assign what? Like an IP address to that port, to the router, to the default gateway. We only tell the PCs what are their default gateway, but from the router itself, we never configured. We never did it yet. That's why there is no connectivity. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Guys, now what we're gonna do, we are done with telling computers how to reach like other networks, right? By assigning them what? The default gateway. Now, we must go to every router, right? You remember the interface, gigabit 0/0, we are going to assign it an IP address, right? That's .1, we have to assign it now. You go to your first router. You know when you are here, I press return, means you press enter. You must be in global configuration mode. No, we're doing the same thing that you know. Don't Don't mind the way me I'm typing. You know that you must type enable and configure terminal. Don't try to read what I'm doing. So when you are here, which interface? So 0/0, right? And you know your IP, like for my first range of IP address 192.168.1.1. Make sure you know which network you are using. What was the default gateway that you gave to computer? This is what we are giving to the router. Don't forget, when you are done, you say what? No shut? Yes. Younger. You go to your router, you go to global configuration mode, interface space gigabit 0/0 IP address. So when you are done with router 1, so I can go to my other router. No shutdown. .2.1. No, I'm going to my router 2. When you are done, you must go to your second router. Eh? Why? What happened? No shutdown. When you are done, you go to your other router. The comment doesn't change. It's only the IP that changed. So if you know already how to assign one router, you can do to every. Yes. Yes, I'm coming. Let me finish up this one. Okay. You must be done with all your routers. You assign them your IP addresses, right? Let me first relax myself, huh? Don't mind about me, I'm relaxing. You must work, huh? You too, when you're gonna be a trainer, you're gonna start relaxing like me. Just wait, don't mind about me giving you a lot of work. You two are calling your kids, please, hey, come here, massage me by the neck. Because you two have been calling you. Huh? You can try not to ping the default gateway. Hey, check this card, I like it. Yo, like it. I like behave like what? Like, something like kind of if you are done, guys, tea time. Come here. Tea time.
You didn't want to say it. Which you say?
Eh? No, I know because you reminded me twice. So now I say no. My mind knows like you cannot go far.